Good morning and welcome to Leon County Today with Sheriff Walt McNeil. And Sheriff, it is a new year, 2024.
2024. Couldn't wait for it to get here. Excited about the prospects for our community in 2024. We just kicked off a number of initiatives in the Leon County Sheriff's Office, all aimed at trying to increase our ability to provide services to our citizens of Leon County. And I can't tell you how much this year of engagement, as we've coined this phrase for this year. Engagement basically means that we're going to do everything we can to connect with our citizens. It's an offshoot of what we already do with All In. All In basically says it takes this entire community working together to fight crime. And this year of engagement, we are really going to put our steps forward to try to increase our activities, engaging with citizens, getting input with citizens about how we should be involved. But more importantly, we're going to do the same thing internally. We say we're a family in the Leon County Sheriff's Office, and we've got to make sure that we build that family concept. And this year I'm excited about 2024 because I believe this is going to be the year that we make some significant impacts on crime in our community.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about this a little bit later, but as you said, each year you coin a different phrase and is the year of engagement. One of those aspects is we're going to kick off a kindness campaign we're kicking off.
Yeah, Shonda, you know, there is so much angst in the community, so much anxiety that you see. We see drivers with rage and citizens that just can't get along. So this year, in addition to the year of engagement, we're going to try to create an environment through the things that we do in the Leon County Sheriff's Office to put a spotlight on acts of kindness in our community, starting again internally with our employees, with our staff, trying to make sure that I appreciate the jobs they do so that they can in turn appreciate what our citizens do. And then we're going to challenge our citizens to go out there and be kind to one another. Kindness goes so far in terms of not only the person you come in contact with, but for you as an individual. So we got more details about that, but that's something, folks, that we're looking forward to in 2024.
Yeah, we're kicking this off, and be sure to stick around for the very end of the show. We're going to tell you how you can get involved in the kindness campaign. But today's show, we're really focused on our host unit. This is our homeless outreach street team. They've been more than a year engaged in the community. How's it going so far?
Well, I can tell you that we started out with the belief that, again, it's going to take all of us working together to deal with some of these problems we got. We have a myriad of social issues in our community, homelessness, we got people with mental health issues, and we decided that we would step into that breach and try to do, working with our city and county officials, try to make sure that we can identify who those folks are in our community who are homeless and need shelter, and then try to figure out a way in which we can identify persons and then match those persons with resources. And that's what our host team's been doing all across the Big Bend, quite honestly, because most of the time, many times these persons are coming in from other places across the Big Bend, and we have to deal with those circumstances. And I'll tell you, they have done an outstanding job of not only identifying those persons, but connecting those persons with resources and then getting those persons off of our streets. I think I talked to our folks, and for example, there are something on the neighborhood of about 300 persons in our community they came here because they heard what great services we have in Leon County, and we were able to help those people, not only help them while they were here, but help them get back to the places they came from. That's something on the magnitude of about 300 people that we dealt with last year. And again, we hope not to have that number of persons, but our deputies, our two deputies are out there doing a great job of trying to take care of those issues.
I'm sure we could use more help, but
Absolutely.
definitely doing a lot with what they have. So we're going to delve into this issue today. So we want to make sure you stick around. Coming up, their mission is to help get unsheltered individuals off the street. More with our host unit after the break.
Good morning, I'm Brad Riley with the Violent Crimes Unit, and this is your Crime Tip Tuesday.
When planning a vacation or whether you're looking for a new home to rent, know that scammers will use fake rental listings to grab your attention and money. Following these tips can help you recognize and avoid scams targeting you. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Search online for the name of the property owner or rental company with the words complaint, review, or scam. Use payment methods with fraud protections that are built in for vacation rentals. Conduct an image search to see if the images in the ad are being used anywhere else on the internet. If you notice a home rental listing scam, report it to your local law enforcement agency and the website where the advertisement was posted.
And that's your Crime Tip. Have a great day.
In today's society,
kindness can sometimes feel hard to find.
Like a purple unicorn.
Cyberbullies hide behind keyboards.
road rage can accelerate quickly.
And gun violence
Has taken our loved ones.
But we can all work to tip the scales of kindness.
Put down the weapons and think before you act.
Pay for someone else's order at the drive-thru.
Offer to pick up groceries for an elderly person.
Or just write a kind note and pass it on.
Find ways to spread kindness.
Spread kindness.
Spread kindness.
Difunde amabilidad.
Spread kindness.
So let's go, all in.
And spread kindness.
Start your new career as a corrections officer at one of the state's most innovative agencies, the Leon County Sheriff's Office.
When I left the academy, my training never stopped.
Work with state-of-the-art technology.
You can make a lot of money at a very young age.
Starting pay is $50,000 a year with amazing benefits.
Firearms, taser, driving training.
A better work-life balance with more time off.
They're going to sponsor you through the academy and pay you while you're there.
Join the family. Apply today at leoncountyso.com.
Welcome back. Leon County Sheriff's Office, specialized unit working to help unsheltered individuals, is now in its second year. Joining me now is Deputy Paul Paccioli. Paul, tell us about your career in law enforcement, and then we'll talk about the special thing you do.
So I worked in 6 years at Department of Corrections. I came over to detention facility and worked there till about 2014. I came over to patrol, did a little time in school resource, and the host unit came available, and I said, hey, let's go try it and see what it's about.
Well, things have never been the same since you took over the working in our host unit. Talk about the homeless persons out there, the unsheltered, exactly how you interacting with them and how are you engaging with them to get help and assistance.
So, there's two deputies, there's myself and Deputy Cook, and then we work with about 6 or 7 other outreach workers through the COC, Ability First, and other partners. And our job and our mission is to go out. We go to them. Is how can we get to them, see what services they need, and then try to connect them to those right resources. And it's better than just saying, here, call this telephone number. It's what do you need specifically? Then we come back and we kind of game plan on what we can do to help that individual. And every specific, all of them are different. So every need is different. So it's what specifically can we do? What resources, what jobs, what is that we can do to help that person?
Yeah. Well, Paul, first of all, you're doing a tremendously great job. But talk to us about what's that like for you as an individual out there engaged with persons who, you joined this sheriff's office to fight crime, right?
Right.
And now you're engaged with the homeless folks out. What's that like for you? What's the experience like?
So, so we went to a training class in Broward. And one of the things that I took away from day one in that class was they asked, you've been in law enforcement, all you guys have been in law enforcement for a while. What have you actually done to help somebody? Yeah. Like, you say you want to help somebody, so what have you actually done? And I think this unit is, we have literally moved individuals out of a tent into an apartment. Bypassing the Kearney Center, some of those, and, we want Flush's resources, but our outreach workers do a very good job of those, and the smile on their face, oh, this is mine. Oh, I can actually go take a shower. It's heartwarming. And it's a lot. We're out, we're engaging with a lot of people. So you kind of get that compassion fatigue. So we're constantly checking on each other. Okay. But it's the multiple reps. It's us continuing to work with them on a daily, weekly basis to try to convince them, hey, look, let us work to get you to a different place. And, and that gets difficult, but in the end, it is rewarding.
Okay. Now, that's your experience. Talk about what's going on between you and the deputies who are on the road. How are they taking and receiving these new assignments that you guys have, and how they're responding to this whole host?
So initially, it was a little, there was a little, hey, it's another unit that's starting, it's another program, but now they call us, our duty officer, our deputies will get calls about a missing person or somebody, they're looking for a family member. Well, we're able to go into our, systems that we have connected, to our experience, people experiencing homelessness, and look and see, have they had any contact with anybody? And we can kind of trace that down. But like these cold temperatures that are coming, we're able to sit on these calls with emergency management and get a heads up for cold night shelter. So like this week, we're we pass that on to our patrol folks. Hey, if you see some of our people, just kind of point them in a direction of, so we're getting a lot more working relationship with the patrol guys. They help us out a lot.
Great. Now talk about the results. I mentioned 300 people we moved out of our community because they wanted to go somewhere else. But what kind of results are you getting out there?
So it's good. Every couple months, and it kind of depends on funds and programming of, like our permanent supportive housing. But the ones that work and they work with us to move it, moving them into housing. We could see sometimes 4 in a month that we've moved off the street and gotten into housing. Sometimes it's a little thin, and not exactly knowing those numbers to date. There's been quite a few that we have engaged with in the last 18 months that said from the beginning, hey, I want help, and they're sitting in an apartment or they're sitting in a townhouse or whatever right now. So it's been good. The results are good. Sometimes it's challenging because we need to see them about 4 or 5 times. But other than that, it's going good.
In about 20 seconds, what's the citizens saying about Host?
So when we started, really quickly, there was a lot of aggravation. Now we're seeing a lot of community support. Have a lot of people that are stepping up. Hey, how can we help? Hey, we want to help. Hey, we're glad to see you guys. So I think with the cooperation between everybody, it's not perfect, but we're working at it every day.
Well, Paul, I tell you, you're doing a tremendously great job. Thank you for the job you do and the whole team. Still ahead, how you can help the Host team and their mission. Stay tuned.
At the Florida Sheriff's Association, we are able to serve our sheriffs and Floridians thanks to our member support. The FSA Member Perks program was created to give back to our members for all that they do. Members enjoy savings on restaurants, vacations, golf courses, car rentals, healthcare, movie tickets, theme parks, online shopping, and more. With over 300,000 offers, you'll always find ways to save. To learn more or to join the Florida Sheriff's Association, visit fsamemberperks.org.
The Leon County Sheriff's Office is the proud recipient of the 2023 International Association of Chiefs of Police SIMSI Leadership in Law Enforcement Research Award for their groundbreaking work on the anatomy of a homicide research project. This award recognizes law enforcement agencies that demonstrate excellence in conducting and using research to improve police operations and public safety. The Anatomy of a Homicide Research Project, a commitment to understanding crime, developing strategies based on evidence, and ultimately shaping a safer Leon County. Congratulations to Sheriff Walt McNeil and the dedicated team at the Leon County Sheriff's Office for setting the standard in law enforcement research.
Leon County Sheriff's Office and its community partners need your help in the fight against homelessness. We're back with LCSO Administrative Manager Aaron Tupler. Aaron, talk to us about your background.
Good afternoon, Sheriff.
Good afternoon.
My background has been in law enforcement. I've been in law enforcement for about 10 years in an administrative role, newly to the Sheriff's Office within the last year, and really taken love to what the homeless outreach team does and wanted to see how I can join and participate any way possible.
Aaron, first of all, thank you for becoming a member of our team. We could not do what we're doing without you. I can tell you, I think our homeless members will tell you the same thing. But talk about what is it that our population needs from the citizens out there as relates to this unsheltered population.
The 3 common things we're hearing from the unsheltered population as needs in no particular order are employment, housing, and transportation. A lot of those go hand in hand together, but those are the 3 needs we're seeing the most from members in the community and members that are going to our RISE Center for Services.
Okay, all right. Now, you're working primarily trying to garner and match, as I like to call it, the resources in the community with the needs that we identify in the community, what the resources are, matching the people that have the need with the resources we have in our community. How exactly is that going?
And we have had an exceptional turnout from the community. As Deputy Pacioli mentioned, there's the Big Bend Continuum of Care. We have Ability First. We've also noticed a lot of the clientele we've been working with are part of the aging population. So based on those partnerships, we've been able to partner with the Area Agency on Aging, Elder Care Services, and the Department of Elder Affairs. So anytime we have an identified need, a partner agency has always stepped up to help and provide service.
Okay. Now let's talk specifically about if you can isolate the 1, 2, or 3, or 4 of the agencies, let's talk about exactly what is it that they're doing, examples of what they're doing for our unsheltered population.
Absolutely. So it's kind of run the gamut in terms of the different agencies and what they offer. One of them that I have to say has been absolutely exceptional is the Department of Elder Affairs and the Area Agency on Agency partnered together, and they provided us with tote bins for persons in need in the community. They were stocked with things, anything and everything you could think of, to warm weather items to health and hygiene, and those have been absolutely exceptional in the community. We've also been working with the Department of Elder Affairs. They've got some specific programs for persons that are aging to get into assisted living facilities at a low or no cost rate. So those have been absolutely fantastic offerings.
Now, what about the Kearney Center? What role does the Kearney Center and what kind of impacts are we having with the Kearney Center?
Our engagement with the Kearney Center has been exceptional. They recently got a new director there that we've been working hand in hand with. They are the ones that do take most of the individuals for cold night shelters. Cold night shelters do have alternate locations as well, but Kearney Center is the primary one. If they are full, they will help shuttle people to other locations, but our partnership with Kearney has been vital.
Okay, all right. Now, one of the things that's near and dear to my heart, you probably know this, is our reentry efforts. Trying to, again, match people who are formerly incarcerated, came through our detention facility back in the streets. Some of those folks wind up homeless. What kind of relationship are you building with our reentry efforts and our homeless?
Absolutely. Those go hand in hand. There's no 2 days that we don't all talk to each other, probably multiple times a day. If speed dial was still a thing, I think our folks at the Reentry Center would be number one. We work together a lot in terms of identifying client needs and working together to best meet those needs in a timely fashion, and we have had a lot of success with that. The amount of success stories that have come out of the Homeless Outreach Program recently are quite amazing. Within I think it was less than 24 hours, we had a student that was able to get housing, got employment, and had their mode of transportation repaired.
Fantastic. I mean, that's a great example of what we're talking about. So we're doing all those things in Leon County Sheriff's Office with our providers out in the community. How can our citizens help?
Absolutely. So the first and foremost would be to follow us on social media. We do have a lot of different campaigns and offerings throughout the year. We'd encourage everybody to come to our community meetings that we have. We're also planning some community cleanups throughout the year of engagement. Along Pensacola Street will probably be our first one in late February, so additional details will be forthcoming. And then also we are working on offering monthly or bi-monthly mobile services to unsheltered persons or persons in need. So if there's any organizations that want to contribute items or host us for an event, we'd love to have those people there.
Well, Erin, thank you so very much. As always, as I said at the very outset, you're doing a fantastic job. You're working with our homeless deputies out there in the field, the relationship we're building with those services out in our community. We believe we're going to make a huge impact, and you've been a great part of that. Thank you so very much. Up next in our Deputy on Duty, find out how youth programs helped shape this leader in the Leon County Sheriff's Office. Stay tuned.
Start your new career as a corrections officer at one of the state's most innovative agencies, the Leon County Sheriff's Office.
When I left the academy, my training never stopped.
Work with state-of-the-art technology.
You can make a lot of money at a very young age.
Starting pay is $50,000 a year with amazing benefits.
Firearms, taser, driving training.
A better work-life balance with more time off.
They're going to sponsor you through the academy and pay you while you're there.
Join the family. Apply today at leoncountyso.com.
On this episode of Deputy on Duty, we introduce you to Chief Benjamin Benedict. He's in charge of investigations for the Leon County Sheriff's Office.
As a Chief of Investigations, I'm responsible for long-term goals relating to the reduction of crime.
Chief Benedict began his career with LCSO in 2003, but his passion for law enforcement began years before he was hired.
In high school, I was a law enforcement explorer with the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office back in the early 1990s.
The Law Enforcement Explorers program caters to young adults ages 14 to 21, and participants are known as explorers. They receive training in the basics of law enforcement, including traffic control, report writing, and radio procedures. Many explorers are also given the opportunity to assist officers in controlled settings, and many of them teach their explorers about firearm safety and marksmanship. Chief Benedict tells us his time in the program was crucial in preparing him for a long-time career in law enforcement.
It really was an early opening into what life is about. You saw things as a teenager that you might not normally see, and it also showed where you could wind up if you made certain choices in your life. And I think that having a little bit of reality early can help avoid a lot of reality later.
From there, Chief Benedict set his goals to make education a major part of his career plans. He's a Florida State University graduate and has also earned his master's degree in criminology. He's a certified public manager, and he holds several certifications as a criminal justice general instructor, field training officer, and agency armorer. That foundation has prepared him for his current role as a leader at LCSO.
When I got here, I learned very quickly that it wasn't just patrol and investigations. There are many different things you can do at the sheriff's office, and I've not worked in one unit longer than 3 years my entire time here. It's the variety that keeps you going. You can move from one thing to the next and do something new and interesting. Even though it's law enforcement, there's a huge difference between training recruits on patrol or doing investigations or working in the traffic unit.
With 20 years at LCSO, Chief Benedict has worked in several units, including patrol, field training, traffic, financial crimes, and violent crimes. He's seen it all. Now he's part of command staff, a role that comes with managing the day-to-day operations of several investigative units.
Leadership and administration are the two main things that I do. The administration side is budgets and things along those lines. One would like to put an exciting spin on that, but budget is sometimes a little dry. The leadership portion of it is what is challenging. You have a wide variety of people, a wide variety of groups, and you have to support them in what they do. And supporting them is not just getting them the resources they need or giving them the direction they need. A lot of it is supporting them in their job and realizing that the job is not all they are.
And law enforcement has many facets that go beyond fighting crime. Being in a leadership role has proven that to Chief Benedict. He says part of being a leader is getting to know and support your employees.
There are folks who have lives and families and things going on and loved ones who may be sick or stressors at home. A lot of that leadership is helping those folks when they need it so that it's not just about the job. You have to look a little bit past it. So some of the things I do is I try to walk around and talk to most of my folks once a week, mentioning the good things they do in a meeting, recognizing the efforts that they make. And I don't get to see everybody. I have some units that are not here at the sheriff's office, so I don't get to see them as often, but I appreciate them just as much and they're just as important.
Looking ahead, he says there is still a lot to learn, and he encourages others in the field to learn skills beyond the badge.
I actually was a sergeant when I started to become involved with the incident command system, emergency response, things along those lines. And I got to see behind the curtain how some of the decisions were made and why they were made, which helped me along the way getting to where I am actually. It's not always obvious why leaders make decisions, but leaders make decisions for the furtherance of the agency's goals and for the good of the people working here.
Understanding that balance is just one of the reasons why Chief Benedict has had a successful 20 years with LCSO, and it's why he is our deputy on duty. To learn more about careers with the Leon County Sheriff's Office, visit our website, leoncountysO.com. I'm Angela Sherrod for Leon County Today.
Download the Leon County Sheriff's Office mobile app right now. Our mobile app makes it easier than ever to report a crime and get important safety alerts. You can also see who's been booked at the Leon County Detention Facility and follow reported crimes in your neighborhood, all in one convenient location in the palm of your hands. Download LCSO Connect right now. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play by searching LCSO Connect.
In today's society, kindness can sometimes feel hard to find.
Like a purple unicorn.
Cyberbullies hide behind keyboards.
Road rage can accelerate quickly.
And gun violence
has taken our loved ones.
But we can all work to tip the scales of kindness.
Put down the weapons and think before you act.
Pay for someone else's order at the drive-thru.
Offer to pick up groceries for an elderly person.
Or just write a kind note and pass it on.
Find ways to spread kindness.
Spread kindness. Spread kindness. Difunde amabilidad.
Spread kindness.
So let's go all in
And spread kindness.
Welcome back, and we want you to go all in for kindness. Sheriff, of course, we have officially kicked off our kindness campaign in the community. The challenge cards, we have challenge cards where members of the community, every month there's something different we want you to do to spread kindness. You can go to our website, leoncountyso.com, and download a copy of the challenge card. And let's just get out there and be nice to each other. Why is that important for the community to get involved?
It is. It's extremely important, Sean. I can't express enough. As I drive, I'm driving every day, and I see so much anger. I see people cutting people off. They're blowing their horns at each other, and it's just creating all this angst and anxiety. And what we want to try to do is get the message out that just let's be civil.
Yeah.
Let's care about each other. And people will make mistakes when they're out there driving, but nobody's making intentional mistakes.
Right.
And so we hope to capture not only the attention of our citizens out there, but citizens and our deputies. We want to make sure that our deputies have an opportunity to engage and talk to folks who are doing good things in our community. So this year of kindness, this effort that we are engaging in, hopefully it's going to, you might think it has anything to do with crime, but I suspect it will. It'll have some impact on crime and just being civil with one another in our community. I think it will go a long way towards improving the quality of life for Leon County.
Kindness can be contagious.
It can be.
It can indeed. All right, well, we want to thank you all for joining us for this episode. We'll see you back here next week.